Welcome back to the Proactive Women Podcast. I'm your host, Joyce Palmer, and we are in for a treat today. We have a big show. It's on Medicare enrollment for 2026. And I'm not alone. I am with my fabulous, beautiful co-host, Miss Francine Marie.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us. Welcome back. 2026, you might as well say, is already here. Thank you to my beautiful Joyce Palmer. So I have to be honest with you. Can we be honest? I'm nervous about today's session. I am. I'm session because I'm going through this same scenario. Medicare, Social Security makes me nervous.
Yes, and it does a lot of people. And this year, Medicare Open Enrollment is going to be different. Thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill that we've talked about a little bit. Medicare this year is going to include a lot of changes, and they're ones that we want to be prepared for. So we're going to dive into those in this episode. I'm going to start with just kind of letting you know that Medicare, first of all, is for those people that are 65 and they are no longer covered on their employer's plan. They're going to now need to go to Medicare. So Medicare is health insurance for seniors, although 65 is not really senior.
We're just a little seasoned.
Seasoned. Medicare is for those that are seasoned, health insurance for the seasoned ones. But Medicare for 2026, open enrollment starts October the 15th and goes through December the 7th. This is a window of time that you have to make changes to your Medicare, to get enrolled maybe for the first time. But this year, you definitely want to pay extra attention to those dates because it's also the window of time that you're going to be needing to review your Medicare.
And Joyce made a good point earlier before we started recording. It's like people have to check their actual mailbox. You know, sometimes we overlook that email, but we have to check the box because I'm thinking, oh, I'm of a particular age. Oh, I had this plan last year. Oh, I'm going to have the same one because they're going to slide me in because they like me.
Not the case. They may like you, but doesn't mean they're going to slide you in. So Medicare this year, there are going to be quite a few adjustments. One of them is with your current plan changing. So if your plan changes, you are going to need to be proactive and actually make a change yourself to another plan. And I'm kind of dive into that when I give you the top 5 reasons that you want to pay attention this year. But one of them is that annual notice that you get in the mail. Okay. So the annual notice comes between the mid-September to early October. And it is the annual notice to let you know what your current plan has on it, what changes are happening to your current plan, and you want to be looking out for that to come in the mailbox. Do not discard it with that junk mail.
Because can we be honest? Who has mail on their kitchen sink? Because we're gonna get to it. We just don't. Something about coming in the door from work or coming in the door, and then you bring in the mail, and it's like I just don't have the energy right now.
That's it.
But it might be in a thicker package. It might be in a thin. It comes in many forms. But I love the way JP Financial sends their mail out.
Right. It doesn't come like our mail. Our mail comes in a pink envelope, so everybody knows that it's important and it's coming from us. So we get a really high response open for our mail.
Oh, I love that.
That's
pink.
It. Yes,
because
pink envelope.
Pink is the new color of
But
money.
your Medicare annual notice is not going to come in a pink envelope. So ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. That's the first thing you want to be looking out for is the annual notice. It's going to let us know what changes are coming about with your plan. The other thing you want to look out for is with that annual notice, it's also going to let you know if your plan is being discontinued. Due to, again, some of the changes with the One Big Beautiful Bill, several carriers have already indicated that they're going to pull plans. They're no longer going to offer that plan in certain areas. So that annual notice is going to let you know if your plan is no longer being offered. If it's not, Unlike in the past, where if your plan was discontinued or no longer offered, they would just roll you over into another plan that was comparable. They're not doing that this year. They're not going to automatically cross you over. You have to be proactive to actually seek and find a new plan. If not, you may end up with no coverage come January.
Oh my God, that's scary. That reminds me, when I was in the pharmacy, I was standing in line. I needed to talk to the pharmacist about some allergy medicine. There was a woman in front, and she was talking about her prescription and that it wasn't covered. And
Right.
it was so expensive, and she was kind of in tears a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, that happens a lot. And that's another point with the prescriptions. Formularities are changing, and formularities can change every year. The formularities, that's the list of drugs. Sorry, I don't have anybody out here that takes drugs. Medications, not drugs, medications that change their formularity. So the medications are set up in tiers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tier 1 being pretty low, medications. Tier 5, heavy duty medications. So another thing you want to look for this year is formularity changes with your medications.
Okay, so that explains, while I was in the line, in the pharmacy line, and sure, coverage had changed because maybe she didn't open that mail.
Right.
But will she have a surprise bill? No, you've got to pay up front.
Right. In her case, it could have been a situation where the formularity changed or the carrier no longer offered that medication, or it could have been a situation where her prescription plan changed, right? So all of those are things that you have to be mindful of with the formularities. So a couple of other things with Medicare for 2026 is, and a reason we're having this conversation is that a lot of carriers are going to be looking at price increases for Medicare Gap and Medicare Supplement policies. So Medicare Gap or Medicare Supplement, same thing, is another way that you can get the gaps covered in your Medicare. So if you have original Medicare A and B, you can add a supplement or Medigap policy. And so what we're seeing is major increases in some of these supplements, some as much as 25% rate increases.
When you said that they were going to increase, I was thinking 5%. You know?
Right.
No, 25?
Yeah, we've seen some as high as 25, which means a lot of people that are on Medicare supplements or Medigap policies may want to revisit whether or not they want to stay on a Medicare supplement. They may want to switch over to a Medicare Advantage, right? Because the cost. So these are all variables that we have to take under consideration during Medicare Open Enrollment. Other price increases. Part B will go up.
That gets us every time, especially when you're a newly retired person. It's like, oh, I'm going to have such and such, because we're looking at the numbers. We're like, oh, I can live off that.
Yep. Subtract Medicare Part B. So if you're doing Social Security, your Medicare Part B comes directly out of your Social Security. So they get it right off the top.
They get it off the top.
Right now, it's $185 per month. For 2026, and the number has not been finalized or formalized, but we can indicate from what we're seeing it's going to be about $206.50, or say $207 a month. So that's a little hefty increase in your Part B premiums for 2026.
Because there was a $20 increase. Now it's a...
That's right. So yeah, you're thinking of your Social Security cost of living adjustment. So a lot of times the cost of living adjustment for Social Security, which is an increase in your Social Security, which is great. But if you're also on Medicare, there is an increase in Medicare Part B, which usually offsets the increase you got on your Social Security cost of living. So giveth, and thou take it away.
I giveth, I taketh away.
That's it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
But you're going to giveth some
That's
great tips here.
That's it. That's it. So the top 5 things that I think we need to pay attention to for Medicare 2026. So for proactive ladies and men too, top 5 things that I think we need to pay attention to. One is the Medicare Part B premium. Yes, it will be going up, so you need to adjust your budget. This is a budget adjustment to your cash flow. So when you're doing your retirement planning and your cash flow budgeting, budget in for Medicare Part B increase, for sure.
Okay.
Number 2 is some of the Medicare Advantage carriers have already indicated they're going to pull out of certain areas. They're going to pull plans. They're no longer going to offer those plans. So again, the key difference is in the past, they would automatically roll you over to another plan. They're not going to do that this year. So if you find out or you learn that your plan is no longer being covered or offered, you have to be proactive to get another plan. That is where JP Financial Group comes in, right?
Exactly.
We can help you with that. So definitely be proactive, read that annual notice, find out if your plan's still going to be offered. If it's not, get on the phone and call us and schedule your Medicare review.
I love the Medicare review because everything, not everything, but the complimentary sessions that you have, like we have a lot of questions to ask. Especially now, I bet the phone is going to be ringing off the hook because this blows my mind that everything is going to change. It's like, can y'all just do it in little bitty pieces? No, we're going to do the whole thing. It's like that favorite lipstick you had. They take it away.
I know.
They moved the grocery store? What?
I know. No, your lipstick, you're right. I just thought about something. There was a pink lipstick that I really loved, and they did just that. They changed it but didn't let you know what the replacement color was going to be. Or, oh yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah.
Number 3, back to the top 5 things. Number 3 is that annual notice of change. Again, it's coming in your mailbox between mid-September, early October. It is very important that you pay attention. Read the notification, look to see if your plan is changing coverage, if your prescription is changing, if there's any of those extra perks going away, because that's another thing we're kind of anticipating, that some of the extra perks that you get with the Medicare Advantage plans may be dialed back. Yeah.
Because here's the deal. Last year, I almost threw some really important mail away. Because when you're under stress, let me say that, we can't take anything else in.
Right.
So check the mail.
Yep.
Every letter, touch it, feel it, open it, see what's in it. A letter opener, yeah, I don't know. JP Financial Group may have some letter openers coming up soon. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. To open those pink envelopes.
I do. I think that's a good idea. Number 4, prescription drug coverage. I mentioned it before. Formularities are changing. If you have a Medigap or Medicare supplement policy, then you also should have a standalone drug plan. Sorry, I keep calling you guys drugs. No, medicine plan, prescription plan. Then you want to, again, check those formularities because that's where some of the increases are coming. And just a little backdrop on that. The reason that is with that one big beautiful bill, one of the things that they did was took out certain medications, what we call negotiations, right? So the pharmacies and the carriers had built in negotiations to help negotiate the costs of medicines down. Well, with the one big beautiful bill, they eliminated that negotiation ability with several medications. So that's why we're anticipating that the cost of medicines will go up.
Wow.
Because there won't be any guardrails to help negotiate to keep the prices down.
Right. And those I call them drugs too, but those prescriptions, they have, well, the drug name, it's a long name. We can't even pronounce it. Now we can't even get it, you know?
That's right. That's it.
So don't be in that pharmacy line and find out the hard way.
Right.
Open the mail.
And number 5, Medicare supplement plans. Medicare supplement plans, I mentioned it before, we're seeing major increases with Medicare supplement plans. So if you have a Medicare supplement or Medigap policy, look to see if your premium's going up. And you can actually shop your Medigap or Medicare supplement policies as well during this open enrollment season. So this may be a good time to pay attention to that and actually shop to see if you can get a better premium plan.
Because when we make the doctor's appointment, sometimes it's going to be a serious one and sometimes not. But women really depend on those supplements because we really have to get in there when we feel a lump or a bump or we just don't feel good. And we're told to listen to our body. And when we do, we want to go to the physician and not be so stressed out. So we're not going to be nervous. We're not going to be nervous. We're not going to be nervous.
Right. That's it. And that's why this year, especially, we're taking some extra time to do things like this, the podcast. We're going to do some of our workshops and educational events around Medicare and healthcare in general, as we see with this one big beautiful bill, healthcare being affected greatly, not just on the Medicare side with those 65 and older, but even under 65 with healthcare, Medicaid, which we've talked a little bit about. So what I'm encouraging everyone to do outside of those 5 top things that I just went over is use us as a resource. That's what we're here for. We can help you understand your Medicare, understand your options. You are able to come in and talk to us, or we can do it over the phone. We can do a Zoom. Just get that Medicare review done. So you can call us at 704-543-6269. Just say, I need a Medicare review. You can also go to our website, www.jpfinancialgroupllc.com, and look to schedule a time to do the Medicare review. I'm also going to include in the link below my calendar. It's going to give you a direct link to the calendar to schedule a Medicare review. It is so important that you be proactive, ladies and guys too, this year, because Medicare is not going to be the same as we've known it in the past. And you want to make sure that your health care coverage is in place, that you don't have any surprises come January, and most importantly, that you're getting the best plan for you.
Exactly. And you understand our needs. Can I show them my little... I'm so proud of my little notebook.
I thought you weren't going to pull that out. Yes. Do like Francine. Get you a Medicare notebook. Right? Start putting... Matter of fact, that's a great idea to make sure anything that comes in the mail that's Medicare related and you're not sure about it, put it in your notebook. When you come into the office or when you're talking to me on the phone, pull out your notebook and say, Joyce, I got all this stuff and I don't understand it. Can you help me?
Yes, we need those little plastic sleeves in there.
Yep.
And put something on there that makes you happy.
I would change it to a pink one, but other than that, I think that's perfect.
See there? I'm going to go and get it because this is the 3rd notebook.
Okay.
You know, I have different, I need one for 2026. It'll be pink.
Yes.
A proactive notebook.
Yep. But no, that's a great idea because you are going to get things in the mail. You are going to have questions on Medicare, you know, Part A, Part B, Part C, whatever. Pulling all your documents together and, again, not feeling disturbed or stressed. Just pick up the phone, call us, schedule a Medicare review, and we will go through the process with you. And this is no cost. No cost.
And I like that. And so is this checklist you made, no cost. I love it.
That's it.
So you have broken, is that a word? Joyce Palmer with JP Financial Group, CEO, and she's a managing partner, has come up with a checklist. And I have never known anyone so diligent and adamant about getting folks on the right path.
We do. Because I think, again, Medicare health insurance is a big component of your retirement process. It's one of the biggest expenses that you will have in retirement. And it's one that's going to continue to go up. So being, again, proactive and just taking charge of it and understanding all your options is so important.
It is. This is so awesome. If you're just now tuning in, you're listening to the Proactive Woman podcast. This is our fabulous captain. It's Joyce Palmer, our CEO and managing partner of JP Financial Group, LLC. Go to the website, jpfinancialgroupllc.com. Yes.
And schedule your Medicare review. And remember, pink is the new color of money.